We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. You know the rules, and so do I. And so do We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too sad to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Understand, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert
Check 1, 2.
never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give, never gonna give. For so long. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too sad to say it.
What's up, everybody? How's my audio sound? I was trying to get, had a couple of technical issues. We had problems with the HDMI cable on the second camera here, and I was trying to get the second mic pack working for Krista, but apparently it doesn't want to turn on. So that's yeah, it's just like life does not like you. Can you guys hear me even though I'm walking around? My levels look pretty good. Audio sounds good. Yeah, we're not using the Octava tonight. We're using the wireless mic pack. I'll try charging these other ones and see. Maybe this one doesn't like it. Damn rechargeables. Trying to save the environment, and it just bites me in the ass. What the hell? Oh, wait, hang on. We got some Aldi Active Energy brand in here. I'm pretty sure these are charged up. Let's see if they work. Oh, Aldi coming in. Clutch. All right, it linked up. Let's see. I'm going to switch. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 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 1, 2. Ooh, that went really red, so I'm assuming RIP headphone users. All right, here. You just put a clip here. Just clip it right there. There you go. All right, let's turn that on. All right, yours should be good.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead, Chris, to talk. Let's see. Chris is right over here.
I'm hiding.
She's hiding. So, we got a bunch of new stuff here. So a lot of the stuff we do carry, a lot of stuff, or some of the stuff we don't carry, not yet anyways. I'm going to switch over here, and I'll keep my main cam up. Actually, I'm going to turn this off. So here's what we got. If we got time, we're going to put on not 1, but 2 sets of Easy Neos if we have time tonight. Because I can drive 2, and I'm going to wire these up in parallel. 1 in the front of the printer, 1 in the back. Is what I'm envisioning. But this is a if we have time for it thing. So I want to cut this stream off by midnight. So we're going to see what we can get through. So I've got the Easy Neo kits here. We've got a brand new tough extruder here. So this is the new V2 that we're selling. So we got a brand new one here. I've got a 50 watt heater from Slice. Now I think this actually is a stock heater. So I got a 50 watt heater from Slice. We've got their 24 volt fan. So I went with all their parts for the hot end. And then we also went with the PT1000 for the thermistor. We've got a pancake stepper. And you guys are probably wondering why we have a pancake stepper. Well, that's because we're going to be doing a direct drive setup with the MultiMount. So I'm just going into this as in like the amount of planning I have was these are the parts I'm putting on it. So we're going to put a mosquito into the MultiMount here. This is our demo unit from Murph. So I'm going to take this off here. I just popped this on. But we have a brand new one here with all the fixins, all the screws. So like when you buy this from us, these will be available for purchase tomorrow. They do come with all the screws and nuts to use all the accessories. I'm also going to be rocking 2 of our 24 volt 5015 fans on here for enough airflow to handle whatever I throw at it. We've got a groove mount adapter here for the mosquito so we can put it into the multi-mount. And then I've got their Bridgemaster 0.6 nozzle. Now I do have nozzles that will fit this because it takes V6 nozzles, but I wanted to try theirs out, so I got theirs. This is like a $30 nozzle. Their stuff is not cheap. I think this little guy was like 15, 20 bucks. And then we have this big boy, made in the USA. This is what a $200 hot end looks like. And it does not come with, and I'm going to nitpick a little bit. You're spending $200 on this. You have to buy all this separately. You have to buy a heater separately. This doesn't come with it. This was another 30 bucks. This was another 20 bucks. Basically, this hot end setup with all the parts I'm putting in costs more than 2 Ender 3 Pros. And if you're getting if you're comparing it to the Micro Center deal, I basically could have bought 3 Ender 3 Pros for just what I paid for this hot end setup. So,
that's insane.
Anyways, we're gonna see how good this is. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do a little unboxing here. Here, Krista, let's have you take control. I have her over here.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no, you're on camera. Oh no!
Oh no! Get me off camera.
Here. So, oh no, is this gonna be a thing? I might have to go get a different HDMI cable, guys.
Did it screw up?
Yeah, I think it's the cable. Hang on.
Oh no!
Let's see if it's gonna. Let me reactivate it. Okay, let's try it one more time. Just be very careful with the cord here on this one coming off the side here. So basically, this you turn that to lock that, and then just kind of point it here. So lock that in place. There you go. Good. All right. So let's see what's in here. So we've got the. Yeah, they're not cheap. So they do include a little set of Allen keys, okay? Nothing fancy, but they're there. This is the actual hot ends. We'll set that off to the side. They do give you two suckers, so I guess I'll share with Krista. I'll give her one of them. And I'm going to save one of these for the other. It is a...
The bougie ones.
Ooh, it's a Papa La Creme orange creamsicle. Ooh, fancy.
They one-upped you, Tim.
I mean, if you're charging $200 for a hot end, you can afford to put $2 worth of suckers in there. Let's see. Yeah, the giveaway form. I have it up here. Let me turn it on. Bear with me just a moment. Carbon accounts payable speaking. Just a moment. That is an Office Space reference. All right. They do give you a bunch of fixins here. What is this? Mounting kit for all mosquito hot end variants. Okay. And now for the big boy here. We're going to look at the actual mosquito. There's a little nut. I know there's a notch in here somewhere. Hang on. It is hard seeing because the light is in the way. All right, there we go.
Nice shirt.
Trying to... Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna try this. All right. As much as I like the night mode, it is actually making it very hard to see because the contrast between the lights and the rest of the room is making my eyes freak the hell out.
You're just blind.
Might be a little blind. I do wear glasses. All right, so let's take a look at this gorgeous thing. Let's see if I got my money's worth here. So this is the Magnum. So we went with the Magnum. If I said, you know what, I'm already spending the Primo money. Let's go ahead and get the Primo hot end. So this is the first time taking it out of the package. It does look very gorgeous. Very pretty. Very pretty hot end. Go ahead, focus. You're not a Logitech camera. You can focus. There we go. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, that's a nice looking hot end. I'm not going to lie. I dig it. I dig it. Now, the question is, we'll see how well it performs. Now, I have heard good stuff about these, but we're going to see. So, I'm going to start by taking apart the printer. Or actually, let me get the hot end put together. Let's do that. So, I'm going to get this put together. I could read the directions, or I can just, you know what? I probably should. Didn't they? Wait. Don't they recommend using some, like, paste? Or is that only when you're doing high temp
Someone's asking, did you get the boron paste?
No, that's what I'm thinking. The boron paste. I swear, do you need the boron paste? I just realized that that's a thing with their hot ends. We're not going to be printing super high temps with this. We're going up to like 245, 250C. I got the high temp, the RTD and all that stuff just so I had it in case I wanted to. Wait, are you kidding me? You have to have it?
Uh-oh.
Are you shitting me? Is this dead on its ass? Is this whole stream literally useless now?
Oh no.
Let's see. You must modify your firmware. This is nice that they give you this in here. I do have other thermal pastes, but I don't know if they're rated for up to what we're going to be. Are you kidding me that we have to have this? Did I not read it? It's not included? Okay. Okay. I'm all for US made stuff like Slice is doing, but if the hot end has to have it, let's go to their documentation.
Jerry even says it makes all the difference.
Okay. Let's see. I swear to God, if this is something you have to have at the price they're charging for this hot end, I'm very disappointed, and that's honestly money grubbing if that's the case. All right, so let's see. Resources, documentation. Assembly, disassembly instructions for Mosquito Magnum. So we got the Mosquito Magnum. Let's see. Okay, Magnum, well, that's the Magnum Plus. Mosquito assembly and disassembly. Let's see if the Mosquito...
Alan says you do not have to have it.
You do not have to have it? Okay, if it's a thing that has to come with it, like, they should really include that, because that's not machine specific. Okay, so this looks like, okay, assembly, disassembly. Okay, so this covers both of them. So you've got the insulator here on the Magnum, which is what we have. We got retaining screws, the hot block. I call this a heater block, whatever. Let's see. So they got the hex pack. So we got to take off, use a 1.27 millimeter hex key to remove the 1.4 M1.4 hex caps. Okay. And that'll release that. Disassembly, disassembly. Okay, here. Warning, if your mosquito was purchased pre-assembled, do not remove the heat break from the hot block to apply the BN paste to the thread. It's only recommended if reassembly is required. Okay. All right, so we don't need that. Okay, good. I was about to be like, you gotta be kidding me. I mainly want to see how the I want to see how the thermistor and everything goes in. How does it go in? General adapter, instruction manuals. Because I want to make sure that I put everything in. Let's see. I like to do this just off the cuff because this is what other people are doing, and sometimes it helps to see other people struggle. All right, let's see. All right. So we want to put the groove mount adapter. So we're going to be using the groove mount adapter here. And this looks like it just screws in with two. I want to see is there anything special? Okay. So I knew that's a center retaining screws. They're saying that they're saying to install the nitride paste. Dowel pins. We have the dowel pins. Yeah, so we got, okay. So I only got to take one out. That's what I'm trying to see is like how this is all going to go together. So that makes sense. Glass bead sensors. That's interesting. Oh, I guess so if you're reusing a thermistor or a heater cartridge. I scrolled past the paste. Yeah, I see right here. Recommends boron nitride paste on hot ends used for heat transfer and release. See this article. So if I don't have that, obviously apparently we have to dry it. What the hell is that? I think those are fireworks.
Yeah, Colbert allows fireworks now.
Yeah, there's fireworks.
Till
Hang on.
the 5th.
I'm muting my mic.
Me.
He is barking at the fireworks. Okay.
He wants a bottle rocket.
Oh my god. All right. So we're just going to do this without the paste and see how this works. Because we're not going crazy high temps. I think it's a little ridiculous given the price. Like, it really seems like the price you're charging for this, how much really more would it cost you to pop the paste in there when people are already spending a ton of money? Is this printed? The freaking Bowden clip is printed on here. It's printed. We're not doing questions, guys. The bot will respond to it, but we're not answering questions, like tech support questions. So not tonight. We're just hanging out and trying to put this together. Okay, and the thing is, I do have to take this apart somewhat to get the groove mount on here.
Tor's saying it's echoing.
It's echoing. It's probably from mine and your mic. You can turn your mic off unless you need to talk. Just press and hold the button on the top. Like a see the light turns off? Now it'll be off. All right. So let's see. I have I have, what's it called? The Noctua paste handy, but I don't think that's high temp enough. I use a tiny, tiny one.
Thank you, Derek. That's awesome.
Use the bullet. Well, yeah, I don't, I guess, you know what? I could get in there. We'll put that back in. That one's still good. I undid it a couple of threads. All right. We're just off to a great start. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm willing to bet the ball end that came with this will fit. Let's see. It just seems to me like you're nickel and diming if you're not including thermal paste that's supposedly required for the assembly of the product. That seems a little money grubby, nickel and dimey kind of tactic. And it's very possible I overlooked on the page, their sales page, that you, quote, need it. But again, if it's required, no matter what configuration you're using, obviously a hot end's going to need a thermistor and a heater cartridge. It should just be included with the hot end. Like we have a $25 hot end and we include thermal paste with it.
Michael says be careful, the tiny screws have Loctite.
Yeah, I felt that. I only got like 2 turns out and I put them back. All right, so I was able to get in there. And we'll put the groove mount on. It's good for 200C. The question is, even if it dries up, is it going to be better than not having the paste in there? That's crazy that the boron nitrate isn't included if it's required. But here's the thing. We got plenty of other printers that don't have it. We're just going to run it. I'm not going to let that hold up the stream. That's a little ridiculous, though. Yeah, NT-H2, I think that's what I have. Thermal grease we have will work. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. You know what? I can always clean it out. All right, so we do have a little spacer here. Okay, put paste. All right, it's either, yep, it's right here. Oh, wait, this is NHT-1. This is older, apparently. Let's see. We'll look it up and see what they say. So we'll use paste on there. How about it? I'm assuming that it'll just like kind of off gas a little bit. Let's see. I wish I had some liquid metal. I used to have that stuff. I'm looking to see. I also carry, let me see what our thermal paste, because our thermal paste is used in the like not in the melt zone. This is obviously in the melt zone. What the paste we sell is for above the heat break. But we have like just some really basic thermal paste, which actually works really good. I've used our thermal paste on our I've actually used our thermal paste on computers. Okay, so I'm assuming I got this from the supplier. This GD66 says it's good up to 240C. Let's see. Oh, look at that's funny. Spool 3D carries it. Interesting. I want to see what they have here. So they don't actually list this. I definitely got the specs from my supplier when I bought these. We bought that a while ago. So yeah, it's up to 240C. All right, I'm gonna go run out to the shop and get some of that because that's close enough. I'm assuming. What do you guys think? Use this stuff, or use the NH1. I'm leaning towards the GD66, which is it's a good paste. You're good with the GD66. All right, I'm going to put the starting screen up. I'm going to run out to the shop. And I'll tell you what, I'll even put the camera up so you guys can see me when I go out to the shop. Let's see. I think this would be the optimal one. I got 3 cameras out there. All right, here we go. We'll put this one up. How's that? You guys can watch me, okay? All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that thermal paste. I'm turning the mic off right now. I'm putting some music on while they're out. Okay, I'll be right back. All right. Can you guys hear me? We has the 20 or the GD66. All right, so when I put this in here, let me get the new one out. All right. Hey, Lightspeed, tell those cheap asses over at Slice to include some thermal paste with their goddamn almost $200 hot end that they nickel and dime you on all the upgrades on. I'm sure this is a nice hot end, but like it really comes off as nickel and dimey when you're spending this much money on a hot end and you can't include some thermal grease. We include thermal grease with the with our like $25 hot ends, okay? Even if they included something like this, some basic thermal grease, it'd be better than nothing. I think it's ridiculous that they nickel and dime that much. So,
I'm gonna go live on TikTok.
all right. So this is very much like using the E3D adapter. Use one-head nozzle chain. Want to bet? This is gonna grip real tight. All right, so we got the groove mount here. We've got the actual mounting block. So, and then this is an adapter to set the nozzle height, or the mounting block height, whether you have the Volcano, okay, or you have the V6. And I believe this is the V6 link. So this is just to assist with setting the correct height when we put this on the actual printer carriage. So I'm going to want to have this on here. Let's see, this should give it a nice fit. Oh yeah, that's going to clamp on there really nice. So you can see there, it does walk a little bit, and you want that because when we tighten this up, we want this to grip on here. Now, one thing I could do if I really want to make sure that this doesn't turn in here before I clamp this down is I could put like a little piece of like electrical tape in here. And that will give it a little more bite between the groove mount and the multi-mount. So, and this will use, I'm just going to show you guys how this goes together. I'm not going to actually fully put this in because we're going to do that once we get everything up onto the printer. But there are 2 screws that have like a tapered head on them. See these? And those are what go into the multi-mount adapter here. So, all right. And there are 2 different, I want to make sure I use the correct ones. There are 2 different lengths here. There. They should be these longer ones, if memory serves correct. Let's see. Now we're going to see if this will do. This will clamp, how well this clamps in here. One of the legitimate reasons I bought this was seeing how this fits up in here. Now, obviously, I know this is going to mount up because it's a groove mount. But
You can plug his affiliate in here.
yeah, go ahead. This actually is like, this is really in here. I don't think you'll have an issue with this. Like this is solid. So, all right, I'm gonna dry assemble all the other parts for this. So I'm gonna get the thermistor in with the spacer, and we're gonna put our peasant thermal paste on. You know, because we don't have the fancy broad nitrite. Again, like, you know, Slice. Like, come on, guys. Like, again, it really. How many? I want to see if it's just me. How many of you guys think like after spending like this whole hot end setup was almost $300 and it doesn't come with the thermal paste? You had to buy the nozzle separately. You had to buy the heater separately. You had to buy the thermistor separately. You even had to buy the fan. Okay, the fan separately. Everything was separate. How many of you guys think that for what this costs? Okay, so I bought how many add-ons? 1, 2, 3. 4 being the nozzle, 5 being the heater cartridge. So 5 add-ons. Like, I feel like it should come with the paste. I don't think like that's too much of an ask to come with the paste. So if this is gonna be towards the front of the printer, I want the cords exiting the right side of the hot end. So I'm going to put these in on this side here. So I'm going to loosen this up and get this retaining screw out of here. I mean, I'm annoyed that I had to buy the paste. I forgot to buy the torque wrench. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, like, I am all for made in America, and like this quality looks great. But come on, guys, like, it comes off like you're trying to nickel and dime your customers. I'm just being honest with you guys, if you're watching. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if I can include it on my $25 retail hot end, you guys can include it on your $180 and $150 retail hot ends. But I digress. All right, so I'm going to put the little spacer in here. And I'm going to man the camera so the cable doesn't get all fucky-wucky here. Oh, no. I just felt something hit my leg, and I'm pretty sure it was the spacer for the...
It better not be.
I didn't hear it hit the floor.
I did not hear it
I think it's in my pants.
either. That's not good either.
It was under my pants. All right. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of thermal paste on here. I'm going to do this. I did need my little thermal packet. And I'm just going to put a little bit on here towards the thermistor side. All right. Where are my tweezers? My tweezers from the TH3D nozzle maintenance kit will do great for this because I need something tiny and pointy. And I want to keep my pants on, so. All right. That's going to go in here. Okay, that was very satisfying to watch. She said. All right. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna paste this up, okay? So I'm just gonna paste this up on here. Give her a nice coating. Yeah, like I said, this thermal paste, we carry this on our site. It's literally like $1 and you get 2 packets. But I've used it on my computers here. It's actually really good thermal paste. Okay. All right, so there we go. So we got the thermistor in. I'm going to try to get the wire out of the way here. I'm also going to try to clean this up. All right. Let's wipe away the paste. Sorry, Slice, I don't have the boron nitride paste because I'm sorry, I spent $300 on a hot end. I expected it to come with the basic stuff I needed to use it in terms of assembly. I mean, I can see my freaking thing is tangled. I can see the thermistor and the heater cartridge and the nozzle being separate because you don't know the use case for the person purchasing it. But like, you know, people are gonna need the paste. Just include it. Include it, or maybe have a follow up that if they're a first time purchaser, to just be like, hey, you guys need the thermal paste, just so you know, it helps out a lot. Alan said he tried it with and without, and he saw no difference. Well, that's good to know. I don't think this is going to affect anything for what we're doing. Now, I will say here, look at this. This is nice. They have ferrules on the end of the heater, but we're going to cut these. We're actually going to splice this in and solder it. So this wire is very, like, thick. Like, look at that. It's very, like...
That is very thick.
Like, it's very non-flexible. We carry 50-watt heater cartridges, and they're very flexible. They're not as stiff as these are. So, my whole thing is, and I guess I messed this up because I didn't know, I didn't know that you needed yet another add-on for a hot end that's insanely expensive. I'm only mildly salty about it, but I think anybody else would be after spending all the money they did, because like this, it was not sent to us by Slice. This was literally, I bought it out of pocket to make sure that this works on it, because unlike, you know, the companies over in China that we're all used to dealing with, We like to test our stuff and make sure it works. If we tell you something works with something, we want to make sure that it actually works with something instead of, just it should work, So I spent money on this hot end to make sure it works, and might as well put it on a printer, All right. Oh, Chris. Chris is one of the guys we've been working with. I think we just sent. Didn't we just send Chris a bunch of crap?
He just got his goodies.
He just got his goodies. That's good. All right. I'm trying to get this on camera. This is very messy. What she said. All right. We're gonna try to clean this up here, okay? I'm just saying, like, I'm a consumer. Yes, I own own TH3D. We sell stuff, but like, I'm also a consumer. And when I see a company charging for every little thing on the printer or on your upgrades, and it doesn't include stuff that is like needed, and it's not fairly obvious, because I clearly missed it. I'm not the perfect consumer, but if I missed it, I guarantee other people have. Yeah, like, come on, guys. Include the paste. I'm sure you can afford it. Paste everything for $9.99. I mean, what's $10 more when you're already $300 into it, right? All right. So we got my peasant paste. It's only up to 240C officially, but I think we'll be okay. All right. I do not like these wires though. They're very, I mean, I don't mind the length. That's good. We're not going to use that. We're actually going to reuse our wires that came with the printer, but they're very hard to work with. Like, these are very stiff wires. I do not like them. So, this is my first time using a slice hot end. So you guys this is literally my unscripted live reaction of their product. So machining quality looks great, but like, I'm a little disappointed, but we're gonna see. I hope it prints well. It better print well. I've not heard anybody say it doesn't print well. I have heard people say it's kind of a pain in the ass, like I'm finding out now. But I have heard that it prints well. Now, we don't use the boron nitride on the nozzle, do we, or the thermal paste? Wires are for high temp and industrial situations. Wow, that's a lot of words to say that they're expensive for no reason for our application. I keyed. All right. So, all right, here's the nozzle. I didn't get the nozzle wrench, so we're just gonna have to wing it. Wait, do they sell a silicone sock for this? I just realized I don't have a silicone sock for this. I'm gonna want a silicone sock. All right. What's gonna be the next one? Torque wrench. I do have a torque wrench in my garage. A boot. Do they have boots? I'm very disappointed in I thought I was buying everything. I added so much stuff to the cart, I just didn't look back. Okay, let's see how much more money I got to spend on this. So we were thinking about selling them, these hot ends, but like, can you imagine the kind of people we're gonna get that would, be in the same situation I'm at? They're gonna yell and scream at us like, why didn't you include this if it's needed? And I wonder how many people they get that yell and scream at them, because they didn't include everything they need. Do they have... Where are, like, their accessories? Let's see. I do have their plastic repellent paint, which, honestly, I used it. It was okay. I didn't see much of a difference. There we go. Mosquito silicone boot. Okay, so they have them. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to add this to cart. Then we're out of stock. As much as I hate Amazon, let's see if they have it. Is there anything close? Okay, so here's Chinese versions. What? I don't like running my hot end unprotected. I don't know which one to use. Let's see. These both look like they're decent. Are these just different colors? I think these are just different colors. Let's see what the ratings are. Let's see. Maximum temp for these socks is 290. Fine, but could be better. These are junk. Well, they don't have, they're apparently out of stock. Let's see. Or are you just saying that because you want people to buy their stuff? Yeah, this is the only silicone boot they have for that. The Copperhead's out of stock. This one says it's out of stock. Notify me when it's available. Okay, this one's only up to 290 as well. So, Remo, stop whining. These will both be here Saturday. These look like, okay, hang on. These say Triangle Lab on them. Triangle Lab typically makes pretty good quality stuff, so I'm going to go with these. Even though there's only 2 of them versus 4, I'm going to go with these. And let's see if they have the boron nitride paste. See if they have the original, like, the actual stuff, because I think there are resellers on here. Let's see. It says these are from Amazon, July 7th. What price? It says it's sold by Amazon, so I guess they're officially reselling it. They're official resellers. Let's see. Someone's posting this. Let's see. FY. Let's see. Ender 3 Pro. I don't care. I'm already $300 into a hot end. I don't care about saving $3 on a nozzle boot. Let's just be honest. I'm pot committed at this point. I mean, these look like those other ones. I'm gonna go with the Triangle Lab ones. In terms of like, if you guys are buying like random Chinese parts, Triangle Lab typically makes pretty good stuff. I think Runice is the OEM. I've got stuff that we sell. They make parts for us. They make good quality stuff. So, yeah, Slice is out. All right, let's see. So theirs is $9.99. They're showing what was I seeing on Amazon? They were showing that it was $15, but I think that was including shipping. So they're just wrapping the shipping. Yeah. So, all right, screw it. We'll just do it. Let's see, because I'm assuming they're probably drop shipping, or Amazon is just it's not in a prime location. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, and I don't care if people see my address because it's public. It's really hard. It's really easy to find me. Let's see what they're going to charge me for. What they're going to charge me for shipping here. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be about. I mean, that's USPS. Let's see how quick it comes from Amazon. It says, oh, it does say it's Prime. All right, let me switch over. I don't want to show my credit card information. All right, we're gonna switch back to ArmCam 1. Let me order these because I do not like running my printer hot end without protection. Always wrap it up. Nobody likes a dirty tip, okay? All right, it's going on the company credit card. And looks like Thursday. Well, it's like a week. Whatever. I'm not in a hurry for it. I'll have the sock on the 2nd. So it says my nitride paste will be here on the 7th, which is fine. I'm just going to have that on hand. And it says the third-party brand socks are going to be here on July 2nd. I'm fine with that. All right. We're going to place the order. And then I got to save my receipt to my accounting folder so I don't get yelled at. By my mom, who does our bookkeeping. I'm not even joking. And she's also HR. So if I piss somebody off or I say something stupid, which happens frequently, they literally tell my mom. All right, we're gonna put this under R&D. Give me 1 second here. We'll get back to our regular scheduled shit show. That is, watch Tim fumble through things. Let me ask you guys this, since we're talking about this. Would you guys rather that I kind of like prepare and have it so it looks like I'm just like effortlessly going through everything, or do you like seeing me struggle with things?
I do.
So I'm curious to see what you guys think. Because some people like that, a lot of YouTubers that do all this stuff, they just kind of, they research everything and they prepare and they practice and then they shoot their videos or they do lives. I kind of like just going into it head first and seeing what happens. Feels more natural. All right, we're gonna throw this out. We're gonna get rid of this thermal paste so it doesn't get everywhere. I'm gonna clean this up with some IPA. I mean, obviously I have, my general printer knowledge that's in my head, but I have not, aside from ordering this stuff, I have not researched every little in and out of this hot end. Hi, Gabe. All right, so we're gonna put the little fan on here. I vote for a struggle, then I can make less mistakes. Do it like we would be doing it. Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm doing, I'd be doing the same thing off camera. Like what you're saying here, if I was working on this printer without streaming it, this is what I'd be doing. I will say the fitment on everything is very nice. I will say that. It's expected at this price point, considering this hot end with no upgrades is more than an Ender 3 Pro. So, all right. Fan feels pretty good. All right, so we got that. So now I think what we need to do is we need to get the stock hot end taken off here, and we need to start getting the printer work done. So, all right. Now the multi-mount. So we're doing a couple things. So the multi-mount, before I go any further, so the multi-mount can do a Bowden setup. So if I wanted to use this hot end in a Bowden setup, we still could do that. So this is going to mount where the stock hot end was. And if you're doing a Bowden setup, you just run your tube here. Now I'm still going to have a tube here, and I think my Ender 6 just finished printing the bracket I designed in Fusion, because I'm going to still use the PTFE tube back here to feed the filament to the direct drive setup. So I'm just going to start taking things apart. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to power this up and get the filament, or actually I don't need to get the filament out of the hot end, because we're just going to, I probably do. I'm thinking here. Yeah, I need to take the filament out. All right, hang on. We're going to try this. Where are my wrenches? I think we should be good. Bowden plus Magnum, bad juju. We're doing a direct drive. So we're doing our Tough Extruder V2 on top of that with our multi-mount. So we're using a lot of our stuff here. I can't remember. I think this hot end has our bimetal heat break in it. I believe that's what is in here right now. I'm going to have to release the... There we go. I have PETG in here right now. All right, where's my snips? They're in the drawer. I don't have my TH3D snips, so my Hako ones will have to do for now. All right. Now, I'm going to take this out of this. I hate this sleeving, honestly. I might end up just getting rid of it, to be completely honest. I hate it. I hate this style of sleeving. It's such a pain in the ass. All right. So we're going to start taking things apart. So I will have to solder. We are going to do some soldering here to connect the pancake stepper to the stock wire that's going to the extruder back here. I actually won't have to do anything hot end wise inside the control box. All the soldering and stuff, hooking up the fans and everything is all going to be done up here. So I think this is going to be my first is that my first DIY? I think this is my first like aftermarket upgrade to a direct drive I put on a printer, because I think all the other direct drives I've had, aside from ones I built for customers, have been ones that came direct drive already. So you can tell this is probably a good 2 years old. This is the original The original red top Easy ABL Pro sensor. It was like the first batch. So, yeah, many of you may not know we originally had red top sensors. And like, this is the original mount for all this. This is held up really well. This has been an enclosure, so all the parts that are inside here are printed in ABS because this is an enclosure. So we're going to need to cut these wires here. So these blue and the yellow are our layer fan, and on the Crealities, typically the blue is the ground and the yellow is the positive, and then the red is the positive, the black is the negative on here. And this fan is starting to go out. This is actually the original fan on here. It's probably the longest lasting Creality fan I have. And actually I just realized this is not a Creality branded fan. So maybe that's why this lasted longer than 6 months. It has been making noise though. But all right, let's get this out of here. So I am just going to, because we're gonna cut this anyways. We're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave some length on here so I can use these. But I'm going to go ahead and just snip these. And I'm going to do the same thing for these fans. Now, I'm going to throw these fans out. These are literally useless to me. As well as this stock shroud. I just tossed these. These are going to go in the trash. Boo! But I will hang on to this hot end because I do actually use Creality stock hot ends with some upgrades. And this does have our bimetal in it. And Krista, I'm counting on you to keep it on YouTube chat if there's anything important because I am not checking chat. All right, so we take this off. So this does have, I think this should have, does this have an easy flow? No, this has just regular brass in it. I thought I had easy flow in here, but apparently I changed it. But you can see here, there's our bimetal heat break in there. And this thing's been printing like a champ. So I'm not replacing this because it has issues. I'm replacing this because I want to make sure that our system works on here. Because the guys have not tested it on this printer. So I'm assuming this all fit up just fine because this whole system is designed to be mounted with these 2 screws here. So, just like this. So, and that does clear. Now, we did test fit this already on the Ender 5, so that's probably why this is doing fine, because this is the same carriage. Fun fact, your Ender 5 Plus and your Ender 5 have the same exact carriage. So I'm bringing this up because I need to set the hot end to the correct height with the included spacer. So I need to bring the bed up to the carriage so I can set this at the right height. Now, you do have a ton of adjustment with this mounting system. So even if it doesn't work perfectly, you still have plenty of adjustment in the side wings that hold all the accessories, or as we call them, add-ons. So like your layer fan, your Easy ABL, your BL Touch, etc. All right. So, but that's what this is for. This little guy here is to set the correct spacings. You see how this goes like that? Or sorry, like that. It's to set the correct spacing there. And we will have installation documentation. Peter is writing, or I think he got all of it done today. But we will have pictures showing how to do this. So basically you set this on the bed and you want to get it like right here. So this would be for the V6. If you're doing a volcano, you would do it this way and move it so it's a little bit higher. So you put that right there, and this is where you set the actual base. So it'll make a little more sense. So you see here, this is what this is for, setting the correct height. Now, I'm not using the volcano, I'm using the mosquito, so and that's the same length as the V6. So I'm going to assume we're going to use this height here. And again, even if this isn't perfect and doesn't work well, we can go ahead and adjust it further. So, all right. But that's what this little part is for aligning this. So I'm going to grab the 2. My screws are all over the place. Oh, wait, no. The ones for this are still in the baggie. All right, so we want to grab, there's like 2 ones with a flare, like a flared style head here. These little guys here. I'll show you them up close here. I'm just pulling them out of the bag. I should have just taken these all out and put them in. Here's my little magnet thing. Just put all my screws in here. All right. We're just going to do this. We're going to take all the screws out of the bag and put them in here. So again, do not have high expectations for the production quality of this stream. This is literally me just working on a printer and streaming it. That's how high of expectations are. And also, I'll show you my balls. And now they're empty. Just how I like them.
Oh.
What was that? Oh. Okay, I lost my... Oh, here's my screwdriver. Lost my screwdriver. All right. So we're going to take this. We're going to set this down on top of a little bracket here. And we're going to put our screws in, okay? So that's all looking good. I'm just going to pre-thread these. Got one. We got two, and this is a 2mm. Sure you guys got a bunch of them laying around. We were going to include Allen keys with these kits, but Bondhus would not get them to us in time. So maybe we'll have them at a later date, but we couldn't get them in time. All right. Now, the goal of this whole system is to have your hot end mounted metal to metal, okay? So your hot end is super stable, okay? Now, printed parts work fairly well for printed, or for your 3D printer and your hot ends, okay? Don't get me wrong. This is just better, okay? Because it's more stable. So there we go. I'm going to drop the bed down. And then I'm going to go ahead and just give these one more snug here. Tighten them down. And now we're going to start putting things together. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my mosquito in. Mosquito. There we go. All right. It's a lot of America on this hot end now. Because the aluminum pieces here that I'm using to mount this, our actual base for the multi-mount, these are all also made in the US, so we're just having a America moment here, which is quite fitting considering the 4th of July is coming up soon.
Monday.
All right, so I'm going to straighten this out. That's all lined up. I am going to use, is this their 2mm? This does. I'm going to use theirs on here, and we're going to just snug this up. Okay. How's that looking, guys? Guys and girl. I'm assuming there's literally like probably one girl here. I know my channel demographics, okay? I'm not being sexist. I just know my demographics. I'm gonna have one for Prusa? Hell no. This is only for Creality. Only for the Creality hot-ends. Alright. So the thing I need to check, and this is one of the reasons I'm literally doing fitment testing here so we can certify that this works with the under 5 plus, is I want to see where my sensor, I pre-printed the left and right brackets for this. Now, I believe that the sensor will work on either side and not collide with anything. I'm trying to remember where I put my pre-printed parts. Did you see a bunch of... Oh, here they are. Okay, so we have our left mount here. Okay. And I'm just wondering, should be able to slide this past here. So let's get our wires out of the way. So we have our left mount here. Or right mount, I should say. Now, I'm wondering here if on the right, if I'm only going to be able to run single 50-15, because if you look, it looks like this belt clip is going to get in the way. Which is why we test these things before we sell them. So you can see this. I don't believe the fan's going to clear that. Now, I could fix this by replacing the belt and looping it around, but these are the OEM belts on here. Now, on the left, we shouldn't have any issues. Where's my left mount? Here's my left mount here. All right, so here's our left mount here. That should clear the fan. It's close, but we're going to find out. I'm wondering if our 5 that we tested this on did not have the original belt on it. All right. So our fans go in like this. Oh, it just clears it. Okay. I wonder if it'll clear on the other side. Let's see. That just clears it. So if we put this here, it just clears the belt on the left. Okay. On the right, I don't think it's going to clear the belt on the right. I don't think it is. It's fine here. I'm going to mount this fan in the actual contraption here. So if that's the case, I could always put my sensor on the right here and then have my fan on the left to have more of a compact setup. But we do include screws that are long enough for the layer fan attachment into the multi-mount and the nut to go in them. So these go in here. And you see there's a little nut capture there. Go ahead and put that on and then thread this in. Now, I know a lot of you guys have screw assortments, but we do like to include the screws with these so you guys have them. Hopefully this is the right length one. I have two other options, but let's see. I'm curious to see if this is going to hit the it's going to hit the belt. Oh, it's close. I feel it hitting. I got to come over to the other side. Yeah, so it's hitting it. But I do have, so there is some rubber sticking out here of the crimp here. So I'm going to cut this short. I think we might be fine though once I trim this. We're going to find out. Because I would like to have duals. Even though like it's not needed, I just want to have this like all overkill and dual 50-15s and all that other fun shit. All right. What I'm looking to see is if the fan or if the layer fan is sitting high enough to clear the someone help me, talking is hard. To clear the nozzle. So basically it's not in the way. And this is really tight here with this belt clip here, but I think I can make it work. I think we're like right there. See what I'm... Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Angle's hard. All right, we're still going to try to do the duals on here. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. It's just going to take a little finessing in there. The thing I need to see too is how the sensor is going to be. If it's going to be in the way on the left, if it's going to collide with the frame. So this is other stuff I want to check as well to see what is going to be in the way when stuff is all mounted up. So I'm going to go ahead and just take one of the M3s. I'm going to put this wing in on the side. So let me show you guys real close because I don't have the product photos up. They will be up tomorrow. This has multiple mounting holes on the block. So we have the groove mount itself, but then we also have two holes on the top for a top attachment. So if you're running a Bowden setup, we do have a strain relief that attaches here. And then on the left and right, we have these two channels. And you can see they're actually a channel, so they keep the mount from rocking back and forth. And they're the same on the left and right. So that's where I'm attaching this to. Oh, my video dropped for a sec. I'm definitely going to have to replace this HDMI cable. It's not the, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I see that over here. Yeah, she up a little bit. Now, one thing I could do if I wanted to get around this is just literally change the belt out, and instead of having a clip here, I can loop the belt around and attach it to itself, and then that would clear up this this from getting in the way. Now, if I can't get this on with this, I'm going to show you guys. I have belting here, and it's not hard to change these belt outs. So this is the kind of stuff I want to test, because now on our product pages and stuff, we'll put a note. Hey, if you have Ender 5 Plus, these can get in the way. So I'll take pictures and document it and be like, okay, if you want to do the dual on here without things getting in the way, then change the belt out. So, because if you see, this one's further away on the left side than it is on the right. And you can kind of move these out of the way too. So with any aftermarket stuff, there's always going to be some level of like fiddling. I'm looking for my screwdriver right now. Do you see my screwdriver, Krista?
No, I do not.
Where did I put it? I had it. Oh, it's over here underneath the bag here. All right, so let's put this on so I can see where we're sitting in terms of the ABL. So the cool thing is, I am going to test fit this on the Ender 6. This system will bolt up on the Ender 6, but again, we want to see if like you're going to have to change belts out, or if you're going to have to like adjust stuff. What I want to see here is if this is going to hit. So like the Easy ABL on the left here is getting close and contacting the left, but we might be outside of the print area at this point, because this printer is only 350 by 350. This plate is 370. So what I want to see here is this going to hit when we're printing? Because if this doesn't come over all the way, this doesn't matter. If we only come over to like right here, we're fine. So and I want to see where we're sitting with the right mount and the what's the word I'm looking for, and the ABL on there. So worst case too, we could also design one where this is kicked out a little more for the 5 and for the 5 Plus, if this does need a different type of mount. So I think I'm the only one on the team that has a 5 Plus in-house. I know a couple of the other guys have the 5s. I think Tor has a 5. I'm trying to remember who has what printers. But what I want to check is clearance on the ABL in terms of this touching the frame. But you can see here, so in terms of getting your ducts at the right one, we can actually independently adjust these and then just tighten them down when we have them at the setting we want, so they stay there. So this will not work on the right. So the Easy ABL mount for this one will not work on the right. You see it's hidden before it hits the end stop. So I'm going to have just the 50-15 here on the right side. Or just the Easy ABL. I think I have the Easy ABL right mount. I have a box of the rest of the parts here. Where did they go? I think they're over here. We've got the left one. Here's the right one. All right. Let's see. This machine also basically just does ABS and PETG, so I don't need the dual cooling fans. It's like yeah, it's cool, but we don't necessarily need them. But if I put the ABL sensor over here and then do a 50-15 on the left. Okay, this one we're going to have to redesign parts on here. Unless, hang on, let me see if I can put this further down or up. I just completely forgot. What are you doing, dog? Go, hang on. What did you eat? Outside, come on. Outside. Go. He like ate something and now he's yakking. Go throw up outside. All right, so let's see where I'm going to be putting. I need to move the sensor mount out of the way, so let's see. Where's going to be our magic spot? So this is almost all the way down. And that's going to touch the V slot wheel on the right, so that's not going to work. So let's try moving this up. Because our sensor does have a lot of adjustment. I hope... This printer might need special parts designed for it. I don't know if you're watching Tor and Peter. I know you guys don't always stay up this late, but we might actually have to stop and design parts specifically for the 5 Plus. So the hot end mounts up, as you can see, it's just the accessories to add on, you know, different fans and whatnot. So I'm thinking if none of the wings work on the 5 Plus, then we're just going to have to redesign some that'll work so we don't have to change these out, which is fine. Sucks for 5 Plus owners that were looking to get this tomorrow, but got to design some extra add-ons specific to this printer since it's got to be difficult in terms of how things attach. And sadly, since that's the case, I'm going to have to cut this short because if I can't mount the sensor and I can't mount the 5015 fan because the carriage parts are in the way, I can't really do too much of stream. So there will have to be a part 2. But I will mess with these tonight because like even the 5015, so this one hits over here. And I honestly don't, and I think most people agree with me, like I could probably use the left mount 5015. But I don't like things hanging up. I like things symmetrical. So if I'm going to have one fan, I'd rather have one fan over here and a sensor over here. You know what I mean? But obviously these belt clips are going to get in the way. Because if I put the fan here, it's workable. Like it does actually fit with the 5015. So like the clips there, I do need to go up a little bit higher. Let's see. Am I going to hit? I am going to hit that. See, it's pulling the belt up. Now there's one other adjustment point I can check. I don't think this is going to help, but again, like I said, we do have a lot of range of adjustment in this mount on these carriages. I could try dropping this down so the hot end sits down a little lower. I don't think moving it up will help though. But if I take this off, we can move it down, or move it down a little bit. Move the easy able ring to the front. Well, the front, here's the thing. We accommodate different hot ends. So we've got the V6, this is the Mosquito, we've got the Revo 6, the Dragonfly BMO. Those all are the same style. Just for comparison, I do have a Dragonfly BMO. I guess this is one of the times where I probably should have pre-checked all this stuff. I just assumed it was all going to be smooth sailing, but that's what I get for assuming. So here's the BMO. It is basically the same length as the Mosquito. So, which is the same length as a V6, if memory serves correct. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So I did mount this at the correct height, but I don't know if that extra adjustment I have in the vertical here is going to allow me to do this. I think we're just going to have to make Ender 5 Plus specific left and right wings for the multi-mount. So womp womp, which I'm going to get started on tonight. The good thing is, if you were going to print them on your own, you could buy the kit tomorrow, and you will get the STLs when I do get the 5 and 5 or the 5 Plus ones out. And I got to ping whoever's on our team who's got a 5 because they should have. Unless the 5, I thought the 5. Does someone have the 5 and the 5 Plus? I thought the 5 and the 5 Plus had the same carriage, but I could be mistaken. I've been operating for a while, thinking that they were the same. Am I wrong? Or am I thinking of something else? Because like the Ender 3, the CR10, those all have the same carriage. And I know this is everything clears on those, but you got to remember on the Ender 3 and the CR10, the belt's attached at the bottom. Your 5 isn't stuck. They are the same carriage. Okay. Tor is the one that has the 5. Your 5 isn't stuck. That's probably why nobody noticed this, because I don't have a 5 in here, and this was running print jobs. So yeah, we're gonna have to make some adjustments and have some Ender 5 specific parts. Because I thought they were the same one. Let's see. I put this all the way down. So let's see if I have enough clearance now with these existing parts. Otherwise, we'll just make some Ender 5 and 5 plus specific ones. What carriage are you using, Tor, if yours is not stock? You should be still using the stock carriage. Or did you change it out? Is there an aftermarket carriage for it that I'm not privy to? All right, so if I put this at the correct height, which would be blowing right across now, so I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. I'm just eyeballing this here. So that would be like the correct height for this. Are we going to be able to get the fan in? We are. We are. That little bit of extra adjustment actually worked. Some that have DD mounts. Oh, linear rails, printed parts and linear rails. Okay, well that would explain why. Linear rails, that'll do it, because you're changing the carriage out for the linears. Yay. More parts to design and print. Sean's going to be thrilled. But, hey, it does actually clear on the left. I don't think it's going to help the ABL situation, though. I think we're still going to be too far on here. Like, it's not going to hit. Yeah, it would need to be, like, up this high. And that's going to contact. And I think down here is going to be too low. Yeah, so this is not viable. So unfortunately, that means we're going to have to cut the stream short because I'm going to have to design new parts, which means I'm going to be up late tonight because I want this printer working tomorrow. So, yay! Live dev work. So, even with, oh, you know what? Okay. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Now, these are not the retail ones, but I could, these do not have the shielded cable. These were our samples from our supplier before we got the retail ones, but they do work. I could use the sneaky mount. You guys want me to do the sneaky? We'll do the sneaky mount. I am going to have to, I should just go out to the shop and get like actual, I think I'm gonna have to make another shop run because these were the prototypes, and the only difference between these and the retail EasyAble micros is these do not have the shielded wire because that was special order. But my printers do not have a ton of EMI, so it's not a big deal. But I am running direct drive on here, so I think I might go grab one of the retail micros. Here's how it'll fit. Well, let's do a test fit here. So here's the sneaky. So here's a sneaky mount. So the sneaky mount is the standard 50-15. It just has a little ring here for the micro. So let's see how this mounts. This might work. There are no video edits here. This is raw as hell. All right. So I know this has got to be about 1 millimeter higher than the nozzle, and this duct is going to be about even with the nozzle. So I'm just going to eyeball this for now. Attach the sensor. Could always just run this prototype one, and then if I get interference from the direct drive because it doesn't have the shielded cable, I can always just swap it out. Wouldn't be that big of a deal. All right. Let's try this. Is this going to be our saving grace? Is this going to be the way we do this tonight? I do kind of want to run out to the shop at the very least to go get the crimp so I can put a proper end on this, because this does not, this has got bare wire leads. This is a prototype sensor. Again, electronics inside on this prototype are the same as the retails. So performance-wise, it should be about the same. It just does not have the shielded cable, which does make a difference on some installations, but This might work. Let's see. But we're still going to have to design something for the 5 and the 5 Plus tour. If you're listening, I'm assuming you're still in here, that will allow us to use the 18 millimeter Easy ABL. So I'm still going to have to take this apart and at least test fit the wing on here. So let's just quickly dry fit all this up. Put that on the left there. So that's the sensor on there. We got our fan lead. And then where's my right mount? Just fan. Here it is. Grab the... These are production parts. I know Tor loves the sneaky mount. Tor's obsessed with the sneaky mount. So here's the thing, though. I don't want people who have, who have the 5. It's like, oh, well, how does it fit? Oh, you have to buy a micro. I'm not like we shouldn't have. I'm not going to make customers who are the 5 who want to use this buy a whole new sensor. Okay, I was like, there should be another long screw for the fan. All right, there is. Watched him struggle with a printer. Hey, still less time than building a Voron. All right.
James says it's the sneakiest.
It is. Tor is obsessed with calling it the sneaky mount because you can't really tell. Like you know, you basically like snuck a little sensor in there. Is the whole backstory to that. Oh, you can actually access. So I am doing the final QC and testing on all this stuff and fitment testing. My team did like almost all the work on all these parts by themselves. So that's why I'm going like, okay, well this can use slight tweaking, you know, this is gonna need this slightly changed. Because QC and fitment for the Ender 5 series or the 5 Plus series was the last thing on my list to do. Where's my other fan? Here's my other fan. No, I want it to work. All right, so the question is, am I going to be able to run the second fan here with this damn belt in the way? Am I going to have to change the belt out? Because this fan is angled. Oh, it fits. Okay, so moving that down all the way. So all we have to do, so the sneaky mount and the 50-15 only mount works. You just put the mount all the way down on the carriage. And the sneaky mount works. But we just have to design an Ender 5 Plus, and I'm assuming that also then would extend to the 5 specific mount for the 18 millimeter Easy ABL, and for the 50-15 fan. So that means more SKUs. Do you hear me, Tor? So make sure to update our product pages that the 5 and 5 Plus, because they're the same carriage. Just, you know, that the 5 and the 5 Plus are not 100% supported at this time with all the mounts, and we're working on them. So how's that? All right, so I mean that's all of our add-ons on that printer. It is a lot of cords, but we're not done yet. There's actually one more cord that we're going to need. And that is for the pancake stepper. We're going to keep going. I don't think I'm going to get this done tonight because what? It's already, yeah, it's 10:30. We're probably not going to get this done tonight. But we will need to put a piece of PTFE between the direct drive adapter and the hot end. Just a tiny little piece to go between here and there, which means I'm going to figure out how to measure that. All right, so we're going to drop the these 2 screws in the top. So the direct drive mount here. And drop that in. There's 1. There's 2. Let's go up top here. Snug that up. I lost my bit. All right, so I need to determine the length of tube, and I am going to measure this. So if anybody asks, what length of tube do you use for the mosquito? Now, I'm going to carefully take this apart, and we should be able to determine this. I'm taking all the moving parts out so I don't lose them. And what we should be left with is the fitting here, and then the guide. And the guide only goes up so far. So basically, this is how you determine the length. So we're going to put everything here. And I do have random PTFE in my drawer here. This is the reason I also keep random cutoffs around, is for situations like this, where I just need a tiny piece. And what?
He has a guide for the PTFE cutting.
Oh, do you? How long does it need to be, Tor? How about you tell me that? How long does it need to be? I do have my PTFE cover. All right, let's see. So what I want to see is how far does this actually go into the mosquito here? And this can be, I am using our tough tube here because I want it to be nice and tight in terms of tolerances. Where's that clip? They had a clip here. Remember I said that I was like, oh my God, their PTFE clip is printed. Right here. All right. Put this on here. All right. So what I want to see is, obviously we know it's not going to be that long, so I'm going to cut that right about here.
He says we have a guide to show you how to measure now for each hot end or slope.
So, all right. Oh, did I get that like perfect? It is like just there. It's so close. Hang on. I just like eyeballed that. It's like right there. Honestly, I think I'm just going to run with it. That is like perfect because it only goes so far up into the little adapter here. It's so close. I'm going to shave just a little bit off. Just a tiny bit. And like this doesn't have to be perfectly flat because we're not in a melt zone. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to cut this just a little bit. You don't want to use snips when you're cutting PTFE. Now, if you're doing PTFE and it's going into a melt zone, do not use a knife. Okay, the only reason you can get away with this in this situation is because this is just as a guide. Okay, you want to use one of these if you're putting this into a hot end and it's in the melt zone. Otherwise, you get leaking. Okay, that is perfect on there now. All right, so let's see how long this is so we can document that and be like, okay, if you're using the mosquito with our tough extruder on a direct drive, here's how long your little stubby tube should be. Let's see. All right. We're about, I'm going to call it like 47, 46 millimeters. I'm a little zoomed in there. Zoom out a little bit. All right. Yeah, so like 46 and a half, roughly 47. So 46 to 47. It does not have to be perfect for this. You can have a little bit of slop. Now, if you have a couple millimeters, you're going to have issues, especially doing flexibles. So, but all this little tube is just to get it from the extruder to the hot end. So, still a really short filament path. We're going to go ahead. What does Jim want?
That side with the little screwdriver.
What?
Tear it out a little.
What?
What did he say?
Open what side up? What is he talking about? BMGs are inset. Huh? What is he talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, we don't have a Titan style one because we don't sell them anymore. They're also an older design. All right, I'm going to start putting my tough extruder together, and I do have actual, like, these do include injection molded clips. There's actually there's a lot of nice accessories. Oh, I forgot about this too. If you get our tough extruder V2, there is a random cutoff of filament in there, or not filament, a PTFE, and the color will vary. Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's blue, but they do include a piece. Flare. Oh, just to flare it out a little bit. I think we're okay. It's actually perfectly round, but I know what you mean. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Put a little Phillips in there. And spun it around. Okay, so I'm going to put the little locking piece so on the groove mount here. So you could actually put, if you were using a printed part, you could actually put this mosquito right into our Tough Extruder V2, but we're not doing that. So we're going to go ahead and put the little plastic piece in here. And then want to put the extruder back together. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. Put my arm back on. I think that's all the pieces. Yep, it's like it. Put this back together. All right. And it comes already basically assembled. So if you don't take it apart, it's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to put that on. I'm going to go ahead and put my little PTFE lock on here. It just yeeted itself across the floor. The hell? Like, that flew very, very fast. All right. Okay, so that's on there. And I need to take a couple more things here. So we've got the screws that go into the motor, which are these three M3s. And then we've got the parts for the little arm. So you put the spring on, put the little nylon washer on, and then this goes into the side here. And that's it. Got your lever here. All right, where's my pancake? Here's my pancake stepper. All right. Got my little TH3D pancake, and that's ready to go on. We're going to put the brass gear onto the pancake. Now, the nice thing about this is, this one, like this new extruder, is a lot easier to assemble. It's a lot more user-friendly. Where did my... Oh. I was like, it does include... We include hex wrenches, too. So this is really easy to put on because it's so long, it's longer than is needed. So you just kind of get it onto the flat spot of the motor face. So this little grub screw here. And then I just take it and put it down until it stops. And there should be a slight gap between the bottom of the brass gear and the motor face. So that's tightened on there. That's on the flat face. And then this just goes right on the back, and it locks into the back of the extruder. So I'm going to go ahead and put these screws through here. That should all mate up nicely there. Oh, there we go. Like, it's got to catch the threads at some point. So just make sure everything feels good. Loosen the tension up on this. Did this not seat up right? Hang on. Something did not seat right when I put all this in here. Oh, the joys of 3D printing. Hang on.
It does look pretty cool though.
It does look nice. All right. Tighten this down. I'm wondering if I left something out, because every time I put these on, these just go on. They're nice and smooth. This one's not being smooth. That's probably something I did. Because I took the whole damn thing apart. All right, let's see. What did I do wrong? Oh, did I put that in backwards? No? I don't know. I'm checking right now. So there should be a bearing and then a spacer. There is. That's all seating up nice. So it should go in here. Should come through, unless, you know what, I might need to adjust. I think I need to put the, I actually think I need to put this brass gear a little bit further onto the shaft, actually. I think that's the issue here. Yeah, I need to put it down a little further on the motor. Where's my small one here? Here it is.
The brass gear is backwards.
What? Is somebody trolling me right now?
It's your support guy.
I see what you're saying, but I've always put the BMGs with the gear the other direction. I mean, I guess that works. Let's try. You can slide it in there. Okay, when I've put BMGs together, and this is the style the BMG uses, because this is kind of like if you guys notice, there's like Titan cues and there's BMG cues. Like like this extruder has design cues from other extruders on here. But I see what you're saying, Tor. Oh, you know what? Am I rubbing up against the housing here? No, I'm not. Okay. That'll probably do it, switching it around. Because, you know, all the other printers, the reason I didn't have any issues on the other printers, all the other printers I mounted this up to had a thicker mounting plate. So the mounting thickness between this and here are thicker than what I'm used to dealing with. All right. Get this back together. So that goes like this. Here's our guide. There we go. Watch Tim fumble with his own products. We're combining them all together. All right.
He's broken down in his camper off of 90. Too long.
What?
He's on TikTok.
Damn. Oh yeah, that's nice and smooth now. Let's see if it is once I tighten everything down. Okay, so apparently you can put that brass gear on either way. Today I learned something new. I was thinking about switching around. I was like, would that work? Because it really doesn't matter as long as it's contacting everything and it's driving. Oh yeah, that does actually, yeah. Things are actually moving correctly. Wow. Wow. I wish I could watch the chat here. It's wild. It's like I've installed it before. I was about to be like, Tor, did you test this thing? I was gonna be real disappointed and be like, so you said it was tested. Why is it like it's not tested? Oh yeah, that's nice and smooth. Okay, so flip the gear out. That's good to know because I did not encounter that on any of the other ones I installed, or any printers. So I will mention that when I actually shoot the Tough Extruder V2 video, whenever that is, that hey, if your gear doesn't move smoothly, rotate it around.
What do you think of the OMG extruder?
Never heard of it. There are so many different extruders coming out. Everybody's got a variation of everything. At least when you guys buy stuff from us, you'll know that, you know, we have decent quality stuff and tech support. But there's always new stuff coming out. All right. So yeah, that's actually moving smooth. All right, cool. Almost at 11. I might take a couple minute break here. And get like some of the drink. Now, how do I want to route my wires? I am going to have a PTFE tube going to this to route my stuff. Huh? Primo is outside. Yes. I'm probably going to get rid of this quick disconnect. I hate these on fans. Like, I much prefer to just have things soldered and spliced. I think I'm going to go... Like, how would you guys route the wires on here? There's always like... You know, this is a custom thing. Like, obviously, we're trying to make it as easy as possible. But whenever you're doing aftermarket upgrades, you're always going to have stuff that's like, you got to kind of figure out where to route it for your particular machine and what other upgrades you have. I need a spot. You know, beer probably would be good right now. No, not right this moment. I think I'm going to run out to the shop. I did want to use up these prototype sensors because we don't have many of the retails, and I'm fine using the prototypes on my personal machines because I know we don't have electrical issues. I know we don't have electrical issues here. So it doesn't matter that these don't have the shielded wire for me anyways. But I do have the ends and the crimps, so I could print. So this is literally bare wire, so I would have to crimp on a Molex end here. So let's do this. I'm going to put the stream on a little break here because I need to get some water. I'll probably get a beer then. A wire bracket. There is, oh, I totally forgot. There is, I think Tor put a little zip tie hole. Yeah. I think that's what that is for. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that a zip tie hole on the direct drive mount, Tor? Or is that a hole that just happens to be there and I'm probably going to use it as a zip tie hole? It is. All right. Hang on. Tor is like having an aneurysm right now. I can't get it in easily though. Gotta be quiet, peanut gallery. He loves my flag. Oh, it's off because we switched from night mode to day mode. Hey Tor, I know you put this in here, but how am I supposed to get the zip tie in? I think we might have to do an update. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I got it. These are zip ties we use for the easy ABLs. Okay, so I'm going to have to send all my wires over this direction. I wanted to show the logo off on the thing. All right. Okay, that's not going to be too bad. I mean, it is a printer. It's not going to... I'm not trying to win any beauty contests here.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to follow all these wires back because I'm still going to use the PTFE tube that I was using for the Bowden tube. And I'm going to use that to guide all the wires back. Now, I'm not going to tighten this down all the way, but yeah, that does actually work. That little hole is enough to guide all this up. So let me take a breather here. I'm talking for a while. What are we doing? We're on almost 2 hours.
Wow.
That's a bigger one than what I use. I mean, I'm sorry that my things are bigger than yours, Tor. Turn around. Show, look at what does that box say? This is the one to the right. What does that one say? says S8 Pro right there.
Oh,
So yes, I bought the S8 Pro. Someone on TikTok was asking if we're doing firmware for the S8 Pro. So we have firmware for the S8, but someone told me the S8 Pro, there's something that doesn't work. So I bought the whole printer just to actually test it on there. So, yeah. So I think this is coming along nicely. Once I get the wires cleaned up, it'll look less unsightly. But yeah, it does. It is coming together quite nice. So I'm happy with how it looks. It'll be really nice once I get everything cable matched. So I think we're gonna take a little like, I don't know if I can stop the stream without like ending it. But yeah, like this is very solid. Like I'm bending, like I'm the metal carriage itself is flexing. So look at that little easy ABL there. This applications like this is what I envisioned. Oh, it touches the end stop. All right. So Tor, if you're watching, we need to make a left mount. So the Ender 5 and the 5 Plus are going to be left mount only for the full-size Easy ABL. And I think what we're going to have to do is just kick it out. I'm just estimating here. Let's see. That little adapter ring that holds the ABL, we're going to have to kick that out about, let's see, because it's just hitting the side here. Basically, that's got to come forward like 10 more millimeters might do it, but I'd say just for, yeah, about 10 more millimeters. So basically, Tor, if you're listening, if we can make keep this one, because this one works fine on all the other machines. We'll just have a 5 and 5 Plus specific left mount, and the 5 will be left mount only. Basically, this has got to move 10 millimeters that way. This whole platform here. So there can't be anything here. So this whole thing's got to kick out 10 millimeters towards the front of the printer. Taking notes? Excellent. Okay. The belt clips, yes, document that. So like here, so this works with the belt clips. So this mount is all the way down. So it's in the lowest position possible. And again, like I said, this is the last printer we tested this. This is the last printer we're doing testing on for the mount because I was the only one that apparently had a stock one. The brass clips do clear the fan as long as this is in the lowest position. Okay. So I don't know if we want it. I mean, I'm fine with this. This is the same one. It's just like, it's still there and I can still move this down. So this is in a little bit of an upright position. See if I can kick this down. Yeah. So that's fine. I'm fine with that. On the other side, let's see how we're sitting on the other side. Where are we sitting on the, where the hell am I?
oh,
Not even close. All right. So yeah, that's about the same on the other side. It's a little bit closer because it is slightly closer on that side. Hang on. I'm trying to lock my camera in. So this one is slightly up, but again, I think we're fine because I can actually, yeah, I can push it down a little bit. And it's like, I did have to snip the belt flush in the brass crimp, but it's not preventing the fan. It's tight. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we just make a mount that kicks the fan out, but then we're going to have to change the duct? I think this is fine for this. And then for the 5 and the 5 Plus, we just have it. If you have an 18 millimeter Easy ABL or a 12, then you're just going to go left mount only. I replaced the clips on my Ender 6 because of clearance issues. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. This does look pretty fucking cool though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, having all this up here, like, this looks pretty cool. And this is very, like, this is just a printed part that this is on. Look at that. Like,
looks very nice. I like it.
it's solid. I'm Myron. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, and there's still clearance here for if you have like a V6 with the 40 mil or the 30 millimeter fan. This is still going to clear the V6. So I think to-do list just for the 5 and the 5 Plus will have a specific bracket like this where this is kicked out a little further. I want to say we had to do that for something else, or I might be thinking of the Hero Me. They might have had to have a special version where this was kicked out for the 5 or 5 Plus. So, yeah, I like it. And like you probably could have gone a little bit shorter on this, but you do have enough room to work in here. Like I doubt dropping this down. You know, I doubt dropping this down a couple millimeters is going to make any difference for direct drive. Like you're still, like you're driving from right here to right here. Like what's that? Like 100 millimeters, if that. I'm just curious. Let's see how long our filament path is. So we know it starts, you know, it starts melting like down there. So it gets fed right about here. Oh, I called like 100 millimeters. We're like at like 96. So about it. Yeah, I have a feeling though. I have a feeling that the Ender 6, we do not have this listed on the site as working as Ender 6. We also haven't sold a single one of these aside from one guy at Murph, Dan, which is probably watching. He bought it for his Ender 3. But no, not DB3DN, Dan Adams.
Oh.
This is kind of a cool shot. Look how that looks like. That's kind of a cool picture of just like, I mean, like this just looks like this should be a photo. Like you got the bokeh effect from the camera lens on there. It looks nice. It looked nice. So I think we're going to take a little break here. I'm going to go grab my crimps so I can terminate the end on this prototype sensor. So if you guys have the micro, yours will have a thicker cable in this. This is a prototype. I have a couple left from the prototype batch, and I'm just using these internally on mine. Will it still fit in the enclosure? It should. There's plenty of clearance on there. I mean, we could find out. It's sitting on the floor. You're going to listen to me grunt while I pick this big-ass thing up. Okay. Yep. Yep, it'll still clear. We'll be good. All right. Fucker's heavy. You should let the dog in. He's barking at the neighbors. Yeah, plenty of room. Am I going to have a extruder with a clear case? No, because those are cheap pieces of crap. If you see an extruder, like a BMG or whatever, like especially the like ones on Amazon with the clear case, those are really crappy cases that are going to break. This is actually nylon, so we use really good quality parts on our extruders here. So look at that. I'm gonna take a picture of that because that looks sick. Like I'm like at that angle. Hang on. I feel like that'd be a good product photo, like just like a good promo, like an in progress shot. What do you guys think? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this and then I'll rename this part 1 of 2, and then I'll come back in like 30 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a bunch of stuff, take a breather, have a beer, and then I'll come back. How's that sound? It's already 11 o'clock. So TikTok. I will see you later. How many people are watching on TikTok?
Right now it was 3, but you have over 4,000 likes.
That's crazy. All right, hang on. I'm trying to get like an artsy photo here. All right, let's see. So my camera had like a nice shot here with like this is so appropriate because like the American flags in the background. We got the Made in USA mosquito, and then our MultiMount, which is also made in the USA.
Before we hang up, someone's
Hang up? What time? What year is this? Is it a telephone? Hello? Hello, Grandma.
Best upgrade nozzle for a volcano.
For a volcano, I mean, I'm biased. We have our own copper nozzles that are nickel plated. That's what I use on ours. They're fantastic, and they're $15. Comparison, we have Slice Engineering's like high-end nozzle on here, which is their copper one. They're $30. So, like that would be a equivalent comparison. But that's what I use on a lot of my machines. The only reason I didn't use our nozzle, because it will fit the mosquito, is because I wanted to test all of Slice's stuff together, like their nozzle, their heat break, their heater, their thermistor, everything. So how'd this come out? You guys like that? Look at that. Look at that nice photo. You like that? I like that. That is a money shot. Money shot. Here to show Tic Tacs. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Wow. That actually looks really nice.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna use that right on the front page. It's like an in progress. Like there's just crap everywhere, and if anybody's built a printer, like they'll be like, that's an in progress printer upgrade. So yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. It is 11 o'clock Central Time. I'm gonna come back no later than midnight. We're gonna have a late night tonight because we want to get this launch going. Tor's working on the Ender 5 Plus bracket that will address the issue with the colliding over here. And then Tor, make sure you have documented that the EasyABL 18mm is only supported on the left-hand side. I think we have to make a change to that left-hand side bracket as well. For just the EasyABL, not only the combo one, but because I think this one's also going to get in the way of the, let's test this before I wrap this up. Wow. On this stream?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, because people are scrolling. TikTok is such a weird platform. All right, so here's what I want to say. Let's see if we're going to have to modify this one. If that is the case, it should just be kicking it out the same as the other one. I'm wondering, so those of you that are watching, how many of you guys are actually wanting to get the multi-mount when we release it tomorrow? I'm just curious. And if you are, how many of you are just going to have the pre-printed parts in our ABS? Because we do have, you will get the STL files for these. So if you want to print these brackets yourself, you can. But we're doing these all in ABS. We're not even offering a PLA option. All ABS, and this is coax plastic. So this is made, machined, and anodized in the U.S., and all these are printed in the U.S. right here with U.S.-made plastic. So Merca! Okay, so Tor, we will also need a left mount specific for the 5 and the 5 Plus. You see that? These damn things here. So if you were not using these, yay, it wouldn't be a problem if these were wrapped around these damn crimps. So we're going to need to kick this out. So we're going to have 2 Ender 5 and 5 Plus specific SKUs for the left mount. For the EasyABL, and I'm assuming too, did you guys print me a BL Touch one? I don't think you guys did. Oh, you did. It's a right mount, a left mount. Let's see where the BL Touch mount looks. So let me measure this really quick. So we're gonna have to kick, I'm assuming this is gonna have to kick out 10 as well. This I'm not concerned. It does touch on the side here, but I'm pretty sure this is outside of the print area at this point. But just to be safe, we could kick it out further since it's going to be a specific one to that, and then figure out the offsets. Where are my calipers? Where are the calipers? There's the calipers. They're right here. All right. So just to clear the little crimp, it's going to be a 10mm kick out. If we want to clear the crimp and the gantry, you're looking at like 19, we could just say 20 millimeters to kick this out forward. Yes, you absolutely could. So if you replace this belt and made a loop, so when this belt dies, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our belt that we sell, I'm going to wrap it around itself behind. So I'll actually have the belt come over the front and the back, and then mesh the teeth together and put 2 zip ties on there and pull it tight. That's how I replace these. You do not need these crimps. I never use these when I replace belts. I use 2 zip ties and mesh the teeth together. It works great. So let's see how the BL Touch one sits, and then we're going to go take our breather, and this will be part 1. For this one, for the left. So 5 and 5 Plus are going to be left only for the EasyABL 18 and the 12. So this will technically be for the 12 too. You just use the adapter rings. So both these, the left mounts here. So if we want, so for this to clear the gantry, this has got to kicked out 10. If we want this to just clear the belt, this has to get kicked out 10 as well. like back here on this side. So we could still just kind of like contour it here and then kick it out forward. So not that big of a deal. I think you did this one, didn't you? I think you did this design. I think Sean did this one. All the files are in our Fusion repo. Let's see, the BL Touch. So yeah, Tor for this one, let's just have this clear the left gantry plate. So just kick this one out 20. So kill two birds with one stone. So that way, if somebody does like want to print over to the extremes, because some people do want to do that, they want to use a whole physical bed, even though the stock printer never did that. Let's just have that as an option. Let's see if the BL Touch. I think that's gonna be kind of a slightly different animal. Okay, you edited the easy ABL mounts. Okay, so good thing you're up late. I guess we'll have to give you a bonus soon. Does sending you some DoorDash gift cards count as a bonus? Or if you're Peter, he wants Starbucks. Frickin' Starbucks. I think the BL Touch is gonna be okay though, because this is kicked out to the front already. But who uses that? Ugh. BL Touch. Ew. Ew. Yeah, the BL Touch one's good. What's up?
Do they make maglev bearing 5015S?
So these are not maglev. These are actually dual ball bearings, and these are our own brand. If you want to. Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are our own brand of fans. So we actually carry certain fans are our actually own branded fans. And these are dual ball bearing fans. These are very nice fans. I'm sure there's people in the chat that have them right now. And I just dropped a screw. I'm going to put this screw in, and then we're going to rename this part 1 of 2. And then we're going to come back in like an hour. And we're going to, I mean, you can go to bed if you want, old lady. Old lady. I'm a bit of a night owl anyways. Which sucks because, like, the whole world, you know, runs on, like, 9 to 5. I hate the 9 to 5 schedule. It's like, I have to force myself to be a normie. And I'm bad at it. Yeah, you did. I did. Back in September, I was on, like, a day schedule. And then when I met Krista, she was working night shift. And then, you know, I own the company, so I set my own hours. But, then I got back on the night shift. I do like how this looks with the sneaky. So Tor, I think Tor's just chugging himself like, hey, Tim's using my mount idea. I am. Do you guys think, question before we go, would you have the extruder motor cable coming out the top? Or should I have it come out like the left side, like rotate the motor out the left side? I'm thinking left side. I think it'll look cleaner. Obviously, like, it'll work. Like, what do you guys think? What is everybody saying? On the YouTubes and the Tic Tacs. Tic Tacs. I want to see how this looks. I think it'll look cleaner with it on the right side instead of it out the top. But that's just me. What do I know? Yeah, I think it looks nicer. Top? But it is so clean. It's so clean. Top. I got wine. Side with all the other wires. Side. I'd make a support for the relief of the pancake wire, then bundle it up with the rest, but keeping it upwards. So I am going to have, so here's the PTFE tube I pulled off. This is going to stay as a guide tube, okay? So I was going to have all this come up and literally zip tie this all in the bundle on the right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because it kicks it out to the side. So like I was going to have all this stuff kind of go out this way, and then I did make a bracket. I'm going to show you guys this, and I will include this in the STL pack for the multi-mount. Because this is technically something you would use with the multi-mount. I don't know if anybody would be interested in this. Now, this is my second revision of it, so hopefully everything fits. I cannot guarantee it will, but we're about to find out. But thank God we have, you know, these machines that can do rapid prototyping. I'm just getting my... I'm from the Midwest. It takes us like 10 times to say goodbye before we actually go. Have you not figured this out? You're from Indiana. How are you not familiar with the Midwest goodbye? You ready to say big money? I want to go to Menards. I would go to Menards at midnight if they were open. Say big money. Okay, so I don't know if this will fit, but I whipped this up in Fusion. And this is going to go in the back here. To move the stock filament sensor up to. So there's a block for the filament sensor. And then this is to accept the fitting that came on the stock hot end. Oh, is it going to thread in? Oh.
What was that?
Oh. Me getting satisfaction of it fitting on the second design try. It's a second print.
You get almost as excited when you're peeling off the plastic off the items.
Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it threaded in. It fits. Oh. That is what she said. Oh, that is a beaut. Look at that. I can stick this in here. Okay. The tube, see right there? The filament gets pulled through here, so it's just a guide tube. And then that goes in the back here. So it can be a guide tube. And then I can have the filament sensor mounted right here. Now, I have the model of the filament sensor. And in Fusion, it all lines up. You guys like that? I like that. This is also printed ABS. Since this printer is going to be enclosure, if you guys are building a printer and you're doing printed parts on anything, if it's going to go to enclosure, print them in ABS. I know there's some people who are like, I use PETG and I printed my Voron in PETG and it's great and I use it in enclosure and it's fine. You print it in ABS, okay? Print it in ABS. No. The BTT Smart Sensor doesn't even work on its own, so... but this is for the stock sensor, so let's see how this lines up. I'm going to unscrew the stock sensor from the adapter. You know what? I'm going on tangents here. I'm kind of like excited now. I got momentum, but I need to take a break. But yeah, you like that? Do you guys like that? So basically I can keep the filament sensor in the stock position and use the existing fitting. So just one printed part. Would you guys be interested, if you guys have the 5 Plus, would you guys be interested in us offering this for like, literally this would be like a $5 print? It's very simple. I don't know. I did make a very nice rectangle. You bite me, Josh.
I gotta talk to you about it.
Very nice rectangle.
Everyone's saying it.
What?
They're saying it.
They want that as a printed part?
Yes.
In the EBS? Well, obviously in the ABS. I mean, we're trying to move most of our printed stuff that we sell to ABS just because it, you know, it's going to last longer and you don't ever have to worry about it warping with heat in an enclosure. I'm taking the stock sensor off right now. How many of you guys have the 5 Plus are going to put this system on there? All right, let's see how this see how this matches up.
Look at that focus.
Hang on. I'm going to lose like half these screws. I just need to put one in to make sure it threads in. So this is the same file. This is the same template that's on the bracket that's back there right now. That's for our tough extruder. So this has a tough extruder V1 on it. So I'm going from a Bowden tough extruder V1 to the V2 direct drive. Okay, they are threading in. So I was going to say, this should fit because I use an existing design and modified it. All right. So the question is, how straight did I get the filament path? Oh, it's pretty good. All right. Let's see. So basically what I'm checking is how good my measurements were and how accurate the path is from the exit here of the filament sensor into the tube here so it's straight. Now, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So if it's close enough, it'll be good enough for government work. But let me see. All right. All right, let's see. So I'm going to see how easy this is to... Oh, look at that. I got it in the hole on the first try. That never happens.
She said.
Look how nice that is. That aligns like perfectly. Okay, I'm happy with this. So it only took me 2 revisions to figure that out. Look at that. And like, you don't actually need to buy any extra parts because use the screws that came with this. These use the stock screws from the stock bracket. And then this fitting comes on your stock hot end, which if you're putting on the multi-mount, you're replacing it anyway. So look at that. Ha ha! Hell yes. Okay. I'm going to put this STL in the multi-mount pack. So if you buy this guy, the actual mount, whether you get the printed parts from us or not, you'll get the STLs. So, and if for some reason you guys have the Clemco version, so Clemco, the guy who made Clemco is the one who's making these and machining these for us. This is his Clemco design. Like I said before, we're taking over sales of this because he wants to focus on other things, but I think it's a good product. Like, obviously you can see, like, all these parts you see, all these printed parts, the direct drive mount, the side wings, the ABL mounts, this is all stuff we designed in-house, so this is exclusive to us. So if you have a Clemco one and you want all of our files, or you want the parts, you'll be able to purchase the files and or the parts. And then, you know, even if you have like a Chinese knockoff, I can't guarantee that they'll work with the Chinese knockoffs of the Clemco style mounts. But you know, you can take your chances with the accessory. But we will have the accessories available for purchase separately. I'll show you guys. And then I'm actually going to get going.
Such a liar.
Bite me. I need to go to our admin panel. And I'm switching over because I don't want to pull up all our financial crap because that's where it goes to the first time. All products. Let's see. Multi-mount. All right. All right, here we go. Multi-mount. All right. So these are, so you guys won't be able to see a lot of these. They're private right now. They will be going public tomorrow. But this is all the stuff we have. So we have an adapter plate for the V2 and the V3 CR10s. And then I'll show you guys the actual product pages here. A little sneak peek on the back end of our system here. So here's the STL package. So if you guys have this mount already from Clemco or from the clone, again, here I have here, this will work on the TH3 and Clemco branded mounts. May work on the knockoffs, but cannot guarantee compatibility of the files with the knockoffs of our product. So, but we have all this, and this pack will be continually updated. So if you purchase this now, you're going to have access to this pack a year from now. We're not just posting these for free, mainly because there's copies of this from China that exist, and we've spent a lot of company time and money because people don't work for free designing all these parts and testing them. So, but if you want to have stuff pre-printed, so like these are the top mounts. So we've got the strain relief here. This is a beefed up and redesigned version of the Clemco strain relief. This is the direct drive mount that I'm using here. And then this is a universal 40mm fan for your hot ends. So if you're using a Bowden setup and you want to use a 40mm fan, you can do that. Then we also have the right side add-ons. And the right and the left side are the same for right now. We will have more options on the left because, as we were talking earlier, we're going to have one specific for the Ender 5. And then we're also going to have details on here saying, hey, don't use these certain ones. We'll have 5 specific ones. So we have all the different versions here. And this is what I was using. So this is the left 50-15 mount. And Tor, I don't know, did I grab the wrong file? Hang on. This is the wrong one. I got to fix this. That is the sneaky mount. Right there, you can see the sneaky little one. So I got to change that. I'm assuming the left one's got the wrong image. Yeah, the right one is, so I'll fix that later. Is it correct in the thumbnail? Hang on, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Where is... Hang on. Where's my, like... There we go. My thumbnail here. Oh, you know what? There's not just a 50-15 here. That's why I got confused and used this one instead of the sneaky. These printed parts, if you buy just these printed parts, these do not include STL access. The only way to get STL access is to either get the mount itself. So this is going to be the main page here. You'll be able to, you know, configure your own setup. So you can just grab whatever you want for your setup. You know, if you want this. Tor, one other here thing. This is for the Tough Shooter V2. We got to update that. We still are going through all the final stuff. This is going to be launched in the afternoon. So this is all back-end stuff that I don't know. I probably shouldn't be showing you because it's not all completed yet because we still got to do like final QC, or not QC, but final checks. Like here, making sure this says Tough Extruder V2 because this is only for the V2, not the V1. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, we got everything all like nice looking. We got a little logo for the system. Tor, I think you're still here. Tor, you still here? I think you are. The top mount here, it should be Tough Extruder V2. So the thumbnail's correct. But the product information here, this is the variable one. Actually, I'm in here. I can just change this right now. Let's watch Tim fix a product page that's not even published yet. Dun dun dun. And then I'll have to fix the 5015. So here's a left 5015. Here's a left one. Where's the right one? Here's the right one. So these are the two I got to fix. These are the sneaky mounts. But you can like barely tell. If you didn't know, you could barely tell that that's it. So I got to get the 5015 onlys. I don't know if we have pictures of those. Tor, do we have pictures of those already? But here, I'm going to go and fix this. So variations, I need to change attributes, accessory type, Tough Extruder, V2/BMG. We're going to save that. I'll probably have to reset the variation. Yep. So we'll do the variation. Top mount generic. I got to remove this one because this one, the V6 one, we're just using the one. DDBMG. Top strain. Okay, that all looks good. Go ahead and save this. So I haven't seen the tutorial on Canva. I actually have not seen like the actual photos of the items are not in here. I got them from stuff that was already in here. So if you can upload those photos or move them if they're in your I think they're in your personal account, move them to the folder in here so I can see them because all I see is like the left mount icons and stuff. But anyways, I got to take this because we do not have, that is not a SKU anymore. Well, never was one. It just wasn't there. So anyways, yeah, so we're just going over everything. So I would basically, by the end of business tomorrow, these will be up for purchase. We just got to go through and do all these checks, like literally what I'm doing now. Do some extra checks, make sure the product photos are correct, make sure all the STL files are done. But yeah, and then here we go. So here's the, it's like, this is what I started with here. This was the Ender 5 Plus Titan mount, which is what's on there right now. So Titan mount Tough Extruder V1. And then this is the one I just did. So this is what I just did. You can see here, I do little stuff like this. The last thing I got to do is I'm going to add a 0.3 chamfer to help combat any elephant's foot. So it's not visible here. But if you see here, I chamfered this. So it actually seats the PTFE tube in here. And then it also gets you an easy start on the fitting when you actually put it in. So, but on all, this is actually company policy. We actually have whatever is the surface you're printing on, that it actually has to have a 0.3 chamfer. So that way, if there's any elephant's foot, you don't notice it. So it's less time for post-processing. So let's see here. I think this has like a weird thing right here, just from it being hacked over and over again by multiple people. It's not a pretty file, but it slices. How many of you guys have stuff that's like that? It's like, yeah, I mean, it could be better, but you know, hey, it slices. Yeah, see, it's complaining about it. Let's see. Equal distance. Can we do a 0.3 on there? I think it's this little guy here, and I'm not well versed enough in Fusion to know why it's doing that. Do like a 0.3 chamfer. I'm willing to bet if I deselect, yeah, so that'll be fine. But if I do that, And I don't know enough about Fusion to figure out why this little entity is here. I'm like beginner, just starting, like basically a little bit above beginner on Fusion in terms of skill set. So, but basically I want to have a 0.3 chamfer on all these. And this little guy here, I don't know how to just get rid of this little spot right here. Like this little guy just needs to go, and this all needs to be one continuous segment. But again, I have no CAD background. I'm all self-taught on how I did all this stuff. So I'm not sure how to even do that. But anyways, yeah, I want to get the 0.3 chamfer on there, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me. There's a problem combining geometry. If attempting to join, ensure bodies have a clear-cut overlap. Yeah, so there's something to do with how this ended up here. I don't even know how this got this way. I think it's on a slight angle, but it's hard to see. Like, I don't know how it got there, but it's not happy. It's like this is not even. And I don't know how to fix that. Let's see. I don't know if I can tell it to extrude and then go to that face. Oh, wait. Will that work? Will that actually work? Damn. Cannot extend extrusion. Extrusion profile files on a boundary. Okay. Hang on. Let's see it. Let's see if this jank ass move will work. Nope. Damn. I couldn't get that lucky. Hang on. Y'all are gonna laugh at me, but it ain't stupid if it works. Let's see if this will work. If I put like a little sketch here. Will this work, or is this just gonna mess it up further?
This is one long goodbye.
Damn. Let's see. There's a freaking ant on my monitor.
Oh
What the
no.
hell?
Or in the garage.
Damn. It won't do it. Okay. Well, that was just a waste of time. Okay. We'll figure that out later. Anyways, yeah, 30-minute goodbye. So I will be back in about 45 minutes. So I'm staying up. We're pulling all-nighter to get this done. So you can go to bed. I'll stay up. You will go to bed? Okay, old lady. All right. I'll be back. Make the one go. Okay. I'll figure that out later. It's just the chamfer. That's the last final thing I was going to do before releasing this file was get this fixed here so I can chamfer this edge to just combat elephants. But obviously it prints well enough. But I'm very anal about little details like this. Just try to make like even our files just to make sure that they're a lot easier. Actually, another thing I do, which would make the screws go in easier, is put a chamfer on these as well. And we're just going to put them all on the same one. Because this will just give it a slight little conical shape for the screw to go in. I think that's it. Tor, you have... Here's a multi-mount. Let's see. Why is there nothing in my multi-mount, Tor? There should be stuff in my multi-mount, unless it's in a different folder. I don't see anything in the multi-mount. Anyways, I'll be back in an hour or less. So look for the part 2. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later.